I'm John Lehmann. I'm standing here on Vee Lake, which is currently frozen over in the Northwest Territories. And I've come out before sunset to scout my location so I can shoot the star trails, possibly the auroras tonight. When doing any kind of nighttime photography, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. A, you really want to find your location during the day. One, for safety, because you don't want to trip over anything, but also it gives you a really good sense of what's going to be in the foreground and what's going to be in the background. Secondly, even if your camera is really good at autofocusing, there's no way it's going to focus on a star that's a billion miles away. So you want to nail that focus during daylight hours. Find a subject or an object that's a fair distance away, and it will give you your approximation for infinity. A couple of other things to remember when doing nighttime photography. You need a good steady tripod. It doesn't have to be that expensive, but you need something that can support the weight of the camera you're using. Also, for the same reason you want a tripod, you need a good cable release. What's that for? You don't want to knock the camera, because if you knock the camera, you're going to get movement in your images because you're using a long exposure. So I'm using this Nikon D4S and a 14 to 24 mil lens. So a good place to start is with your widest aperture. Most lenses are 2.8 or f4. I wouldn't recommend going any smaller than that. And you want to set your ISO for about 1600 and your shutter speed anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. Take a couple of test shots, find out which is the best one that night. When you're trying to capture the Earth's rotation, many people think that you need a really long exposure to get the stars moving across the sky. When in actual fact, what you're doing is you're stacking a whole bunch of images together to show that rotation. So if I use a shutter speed longer than 35 seconds with what I have set up now, you'll actually get streaking of the stars, and you want to avoid that. Don't forget, good gloves, good coat, good hat. You're going to be outside for a long time, and you're going to want to stay warm. You don't want anything to take away from the enjoyment of your photography. Several hours have now passed. You've got 200 images. You need to import those into Adobe Lightroom. You need to tone, crop, and then you're going to go to Google and you're going to download their free software. They're going to take those images and they're going to compress them into one for you, and you're going to see the magic of star trails across your screen. The gasket here to release the tripod mount is actually freezing. So are my fingers!